Hello my dear students, welcome back to Biology at Priojit. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic from conservation biology, the concept of conservation, especially in situ conservation and ex situ conservation. This topic is extremely important for undergraduate and postgraduate students of zoology, environmental science, forestry, wildlife biology, and also for various competitive examinations such as NET, SLET, GATE, PSC, UPSC. So by the end of this class, you will clearly understand what is conservation biology, why conservation is so necessary, what is in situ conservation and what is ex situ conservation, different types of protected areas, differences between in situ and ex situ conservation. So let's begin. What is conservation biology? Conservation biology is a branch of biology that focuses on the protection and management of biodiversity. In simple words, conservation biology is the scientific study of how to protect plants, animals, microorganisms and their habitats from extinction. The main goal is to preserve biodiversity and maintain ecological balance. Why is conservation necessary? Before understanding conservation methods, let us first understand why conservation is needed. Today, biodiversity is declining rapidly because of deforestation, habitat destruction, pollution, urbanization, climate change, overexploitation of natural resources, illegal hunting and poaching. As a result, many species are becoming endangered and some have already become extinct. Therefore, conservation has become essential for the survival of both wildlife and humans. What is conservation? Conservation means the protection, preservation, management and sustainable use of biological resources. The major objectives of conservation are prevent species extinction, maintain genetic diversity, protect ecosystem, ensure sustainable utilization of resources, preserve ecological balance. And so conservation strategies are broadly divided into two categories. Number one is in situ conservation and number two is ex situ conservation. Let us discuss them one by one. What is in situ conservation? The term in situ means on site or in the original place, and in situ conservation refers to the conservation of species within their natural habitat. In other words, organisms are protected where they naturally live. This is considered the most effective method of conservation because species continue to interact with their natural environment. Advantages of in situ conservation: there are several advantages. Species remain in their natural habitats, natural evolution continues, ecological interactions are maintained, large numbers of species can be protected simultaneously, genetic diversity is preserved naturally. Types of in situ conservation: in situ conservation is basically include wildlife sanctuary, national park, bioreserves, scared groves, etc. So Biosphere Reserve is a large protected areas established to conserve biodiversity while promoting sustainable development. It contains three zones. Code zone, the most protected area, no human activity is allowed here. The main objective is biodiversity conservation. Buffer zone, research, education and limited activities are allowed. Transition zone, human settlements and sustainable activities are permitted. Examples include Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, Sundarbans Biosphere Reserve and Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve. National Park. A national park is a protected area established for wildlife conservation and ecosystem protection. Its characteristics include strict legal protection, hunting prohibited, grazing prohibited, human activities are highly restricted. Jim Corbett National Park, Kaziranga National Park, Ranthambore National Park and Sundarban National Park. Wildlife sanctuary. A wildlife sanctuary is an area where wild animals and their habitats are protected. Compared with national park, restrictions are less strict here. Some controllable human activities may be allowed. Periyar Wildlife Sanctuary, Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary, Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary, etc. Conservation Reserve. Conservation reserves are protected areas established mainly to protect wildlife corridors and habitats. They help mountain connectivity between protected areas. Their major role is preventing habitat fragmentation. Community reserve. Community reserves are protected areas managed by local communities, local people actively participating in conservation. This is an excellent example of community based conservation. Ex situ conservation. What is ex situ conservation? The term ex situ means offsite or outside the original habitat. Ex situ conservation refers to conserving species outside their natural habitats. This method is used when species are critically endangered and cannot survive safely in the wild. Advantages of ex situ conservation: immediate protection from threats, controlled breeding possible, population size can be increased, useful for highly endangered species. Methods of ex situ conservation: germplasm bank. A germplasm bank stores genetic materials for future use. These may include seeds, pollen, DNA, embryos and tissues. The main purpose is preserving genetic diversity. Seed bank, a type of germplasm bank where seeds are stored under controlled conditions. Seed banks help preserve rare and economically important plants. Field gene bank. In a field gene bank, living plants are maintained in agricultural fields. This method is useful for plants whose seeds cannot be stored easily. Examples include coconut, banana, mango and cashew. Captive breeding. Captive breeding involves breeding endangered animals under controlled conditions. The objectives are increase population size, prevent extinction, reintroduce species into natural habitats. Examples include gharial conservation, red panda breeding, great Indian bustard recovery programs. Zoological parks. Zoos maintain animals under controllable conditions. Functions of zoos include conservation, research, education and captive breeding. Examples include Alipur Zoo, Mysore Zoo, National Zoological Park, Delhi, etc. Aquaria. Aquaria are facilities where aquatic organisms are maintained and conserved. Examples of organisms conserved here: fishes, corals, crustaceans and marine invertebrates. Aquaria play important roles in research, education and conservation. In-situ and ex-situ conservation. In-situ conservation within natural habitat. Natural evolution continues. Ecosystems are protected, less expensive. Examples: national park, sanctuary, biosphere reserves. Ex-situ conservation outside the natural habitat, artificial environment. It's more expensive and useful for critically endangered species. Example: zoo, aquaria, germplasm banks, captive breeding centers, etc. So conclusion: conservation biology is the science of protecting biodiversity. Conservation strategies are mainly of two types: in situ conservation and ex situ conservation. So my dear students, if you found this class helpful, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to press the notification bell so that never miss our upcoming zoology or biology lectures or classes. See you in the next class. Happy learning. Thank you.